to switch benches. So Team White was down on the bench with Torts. Now Team Blue is down there with Torts. Brad Larson is controlling the play. You can see them on the bottom left of your monitor. He's going to get ready to drop the puck. We haven't had any penalties yet, Jeff. Nothing called. They're letting them play here this afternoon.
I had a couple of hits, though.
There's been 2 hits. Yeah, that's right. Devon Shore threw one. It looked like Foligno might have thrown one. Werenski got a physical in the corner. And I was saying when that happened, it was, you know, your conditioning is one thing. You can run and you feel good about skating all day, but once you start bumping and hitting and body contact and protecting the puck in the physical play, it's an entire different animal.
Werenski takes it from his defensive partner, Seth Jones. Texier.
You see what they're doing here. Brad Larson threw the puck to the white team. They wanted to see the setup of the blue team in the neutral zone. Such a big part of the game is that neutral zone. And you remember last year against the Lightning, they really bottled it up. They didn't let their neutral zone get stretched out and allow Tampa to make those cross-ice passes like they like to do. And the same game plan here against the Maple Leafs is stay tight in that neutral zone and try to keep it locked down. So you'll see some of those face-off losses and wins. We'll see if he lets them take the draw here, or he's going to go for the setup. A setup again, so white team win. What did the blue team do? A nice job here by Stenlund.
This is McGinnis coming with speed across the line. Oh, that is Stenlund. Stenlund turns, looks for the left wing. From the corner, it's thrown behind the net. Jackets defend below the goal line. Team White. Puck is sent into Team Blue territory. Cross ice. Jones with a left wing pass. Gavrikov unable to cradle that puck. Bumps with his fellow defenseman there. And up on that far side, it's Peak who's pressured. Peak now. We'll try to get it back. Elvis having to hug that far post as that was a loose puck. And pursuing it, and now with it, Team White. Long shot there. Elvis square in the net, and he'll hold.
Just a light shot from Dean Kukin down the middle. I like what they're doing here. Long change for either team. So it changes, you know, in the second period, it changes the dynamic, especially for players like Werenski and Jones who are out there in a lot of situations. They get stuck out there. And that's, I mean, obviously it's been a factor a number of times for any team in the National Hockey League, but man, those guys on that long change, when the opposition doesn't let them get off and they keep hemming them in, it's something that this team needs to practice. And I love that little element here for John Tortorella and the staff.
Savard tosses it off into the corner looking for Harrington, who had pinched in. Wenberg now walks it back into his own end. On for Savard. David hanging on. Right back to Wenberg at center. Left wing pass, Atkinson. Atkinson to the point. Harrington moves in, fires a shot deflected just wide. Quickly shoveled out. And on the rush, 2-on-2. A left wing pass. Dropped feed there. And the puck turned over, and it's a 3-on-2 the other way. Wenberg in front. Quick shot, missing the mark.
Looked like an all-star game there.
Quick in transition, and it's flipped in there by Jenner. He'll take a well-deserved rest. Puck backhanded. Bemstrom to pick it up. Speeds down that left wing. Knocked off the puck. And Team White will play it deep in their own zone. Cross ice. Oh, dangerous pass there in front, but gathered up by Team White and then cleared to center. Peak. Riley Nash. Left wing feed for Robinson. Fails to get to that puck. Glendening for Team White. Ryan Murray, perfect pass on that right wing, and the puck sails deep.
That's what he brings when he's healthy, that quick exit, that perfect pass, and as a forward, you appreciate that so much because you don't want to spend time in the defensive zone, and when you have speed in the neutral zone, when you get that puck out in front of you right on the tape, you're able to keep speed and start that attack.
How great would it be to have Ryan Murray healthy for this upcoming quarterfinal series?
Yeah, it would be a real bonus to this roster, obviously. He brings so much. He's so calm, and yeah, he's a young veteran on this team.
Shot from the wing. Oh, looking for that deflection in front there was Texier. White dump in. Gavrikov will take from Elvis. Gavrikov, Savard throws it up the left wing boards, tried to feed Gerby. Team White comes up with it, and Werenski now here on the turnover. Walks down the right side to center. A feed. Across the line goes the captain, Foligno. Foligno hangs onto that puck. Gerby right there to turn him around and steal and send it to Team White blue line.
It looked like Nick wanted an easier entrance into the offensive zone, but Gerby wasn't going to let that happen.
Gerby now battling against Jenner. Here's Seth Jones centering a pass, bounces in front. Savard is there defending, looks for Gerby, wasn't ready for it, a little high. And now Werenski once more.
I think he lost sight of the puck there, Gerby. He kind of shied away.
Jenner in the slot, fires. Oh, off the glove of Elvis. Gerby flips to center. Werenski is right there. Brings it right back. Countering. Werenski fights off the check there of Stenlund. Off the leg, and Stenlund down the right wing to center. Puck is dumped in. And it's Jones.
It's funny to see Savard and Gavrikov out there because both of them on that last shot right in front of Elvis Merzlikins, right where they left off, protecting him and trying to take up as much space as they can. And then I see them making their way to the bench, and I think, ooh, they're not quite in game shape yet. A lot of huffing and puffing going on.
Foodie showing a little bit of speed there to fight off Team Blue as the puck raced down that right side. Peak, long lead pass on the left wing. And it's an icing call, of course, waved off. Play continues. Outlet there by Nudavara. Left wing. Battle at center.
I can't believe they missed that icing call. And who waved it off?
Kukin.
Nobody.
Texier fires. Texier right back on that puck. Texier moving in. Glendening. Puck to the point. Nudavara now in front. Glendening and just rolled off the heel of a stick. Murray coming on. Team Blue up the middle. Harrington to center. Quick feed right side.
Big hit by Nick Foligno there.
Third hit of the game.
On Nyquist. You got a stats guy over there?
Nope.
You doing that all by yourself?
All by myself.
Wow.
Practicing.
Well done.
Here's Texier walking in. Hustling forward in the corner. In the slot, Texier taken away on the turnover. This is Robinson. 2-on-1 if he can make it quickly. The pass, and they're broken up by Team White. Good defensive coverage coming back there. Riley Nash for Robinson, who's denied. Nice saucer pass, and Robinson left all alone, but Korpisalo very calmly turned that one away. This is Ryan Murray across the line. Murray dumps in. Team Blue go D to D. Savard.
You can see the players now. They've been scrimmaging for what, 20 minutes maybe now, and they're starting to feel it. And it's because of the body checks, the jumping through the play, the competitive nature. I mean, this is a great thing for the Blue Jackets. Getting, this is part of the conditioning, getting things going. But coaches want to see some structure, some plays. But these guys are battling, tied 1-1 here. They want to win. But it's that physical element that wears you down so fast.
Also, it's day 4. As you recall,
Exactly.
How was that 4th day of training camp?
I mean, you used to come in great shape. I mean, you were it was elite shape, but you had a plan throughout the 4 months of the off season. You knew when camp started, which is a luxury now when you look at this camp. You knew that camp was 16 weeks away, and you had different phases throughout the 16 weeks, including a rest phase, including different things that were going to happen. So you ramped it up. You went hard. You worked on speed. You worked on agility. You worked on strength. All different things. So Dubois is out there now. He hasn't skated yet, but he's down there to our left, just testing out. If we get the camera there, he's testing out. He's right at the blue line. testing out his something to do with his body. There's John Tortorella. But anyways, yeah. And then when you get to camp on a regular, you go through the testing, and you feel really good, and then you start, like I've talked about, the contact in camp, because you don't practice hitting or battling for pucks. You do a little bit in the off season, but not like a game. So when you get into scrimmage and you're done that, you feel so good that you're done, because it's just a different kind of exhaustion. So they're starting to feel a little bit. They're catching their breath here as they're going to flood the ice here at the Ohio Health Ice Haus. And, yeah, this is part of it. You're right. Day 4, you're usually cruising. But you know what? Day 4, you usually got a exhibition game by now. So you're either the practice group or you're the group that's in that game. But, yeah, I would say that this is – they've been wondering what – and that's one thing, too. You wonder what you're going to feel like. So right now they're getting a good indication of where they're at.
Well, next week, in addition to what tomorrow will be the second scrimmage, they're going to play some simulated games. But my question is, one exhibition game before the qualifying round, how important is that going to be? And normally, Jody, exhibition games, you see a lot of guys from the American Hockey League. You play just the number of players that are requested to play in an exhibition game. But I got a feeling that exhibition game against Boston on the 30th, 2 weeks from tonight, you're going to see probably the starting lineup.
Well, you have to. I mean, you absolutely have to. You can't, if there's players that are banged up, there's Dubois. He's out there testing something. He missed this morning's skate. He missed the first scrimmage. But it looks like he might join the team for the second half. He's with his good buddy Texier, French-Canadian on the right, and then, of course, from Paris, France, Alexandre Texier. So they're having a good time. Texier's happy to see Dubois out there. But I'll get back to what your thought. Yeah, you have to start the game lineup in that game. Both goaltenders are probably going to play. We'll see. Maybe just one goaltender. I don't know. But whatever the starting goalie wants, you should give him in that game, that exhibition game. It's a game with purpose. It's not a game. I wouldn't call it a game necessarily. If the Blue Jackets lose 6-2, I don't care what the score is, they want to walk away from that game feeling good about how they're playing, good about their systems, good about their details of the game. They know their brand of hockey. They know that in order for this team to win, they have to have the game plan, and they've got to stick to it to a man. That's what they did against Tampa. They did it against Boston. So when you play the exhibition game, if they lose, I don't care if they lose 10-0. If they play and they feel good about how they're supposed to be playing, that's all they need to do going into the Maple Leafs in Game 1.
All right, you mentioned the goaltending. And John Tortorella has stated on a couple of occasions already this week he has no idea who his starting goaltender will be, which makes that exhibition game pretty interesting, because will it be the starting goaltender that is told prior to the game, you're going to be the guy in Game 1 in the qualifying series against Toronto, or does he wait until after that game and, as you say, split the two goaltenders, Korpisalo and Elvis, in that game?
Well, for me, the biggest factor is goaltending coach Manny Legacy. He's got a great relationship with both of these guys, Korpisalo and Merzlikins. And you ask Manny, what would you want to do as a goaltender? What is ideal? Then Manny would talk to those two guys. Listen, you can make your decision before the Boston exhibition game, and you can be decided that you're going to go with this guy. Well, if he stinks against Boston, you might go back and say, okay, I'm going to change my mind. Or go have a conversation and say, what happened? What happened on this goal? What happened on this goal? What happened on this goal? These conversations take place, and I think it's imperative that they do. It's a great competition to have, but you have to go with the guy that is the hot hand at the time. So you've got 3 weeks to find out. Use the exhibition game, but if you have your goaltender pick going into it, ask him what he wants to do, and he's going to tell you, I want to play the full game. I want to play the full game and get into it. But then you can make your decision after that.
Well, there's no question that goaltending will be a key in the qualifying series. There'll be a lot of keys, but goaltending And who that starter is and how successful he is will go a long way towards determining the outcome in that series against Toronto.
Yeah.
The Maple Leafs are just loaded up front.
They're loaded, and you know, you want to go into this if you're the Columbus Blue Jackets with the exact same mindset you did last year. You're the underdog. It's hard work, hard-working commitment from each player to play the system here that they're asking to be played by their coaching staff for the Blue Jackets. And, you know, I go back to that series, and I do it almost daily, where they were down 3-0. They were down 1-0 on a shorthanded goal by the Lightning. Everything, you remember the feeling in that building down there?
Oh boy.
It was jubilation from the crowd of the home crowd of the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then it was 2-0, 3-0, and on the way to 4, 5, and 6-0 in the first period. But the goaltender Bobrovsky made 3 unbelievable saves, one on a 2-on-0. And then you regroup for the period, and you come back and you end up winning that game. And we left the building, and people were crying. People were sick that game was taken away by the Columbus Blue Jackets. My point being, and I love the conversation that John Tortorella had with Elvis Merzlikins after the Winnipeg game this year. Remember when Elvis tried to clear the puck at the end of the game and gave it away, and it was a tie game?
Yep.
And he gave away the puck, and
right
it was
up the middle.
Game over. Well, Torch said that was the moment that he sat him down and said, listen, Elvis, you don't have to win us a hockey game. You have to give us a chance to win the hockey game. You're not going to be a hero on this team or in this league. And we saw Elvis understand what it was to be the teammate on the final line behind the D and the forwards to keep the puck out at key times. So that's what Bobrovsky did. Foligno wants to talk to you, Jeff.
Yeah.
What's he want?
Phone me.
Oh, he wants to know about Michael Bublé.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I saw him tweet you. You didn't see that?
No, I wasn't looking at my Twitter last night.
Wow. What was wrong?
My phone was dead.
Yeah, he tweeted at you because you know Michael Bublé, or you paid him a lot of money to be your friend or something. So he wants to know if he can get tickets. That's great.
I took my per diem and gave it to Bublé.
Yeah, right.
Do you believe that?
No. I know some things just aren't true.
Well, a little discussion going on here at center ice.
They're just, yeah, it's
a teaching opportunity.
Absolutely. It's not just drop the puck and play hockey as individuals. They want them understanding the concept, refreshing. Maybe there's new concepts. There's probably a game plan against the Maple Leafs. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys have seen clips of tendencies of the Leafs in certain situations. Maybe they want to break out in certain elements and break out in certain ways. And, yeah, they're going over that right now.
Looks like Dubois will take part here in the second half of this scrimmage. Very attentively watching.
Yeah, and, that's one thing that they're going to have. The coaches with the players, they're going to have good dialogue on how you feel. And this is the time that if you have any type of problem, if there's something just doesn't feel right, just stay off the ice. You don't need to. This is not where it's taken. This is not the important time. This is a time to rest if you need it. So I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow maybe you throw in an optional or the next day. I know Saturday's a day off and tomorrow's Friday, but they're going to keep it fluid. Maybe they can change it up. Maybe tonight, tomorrow morning you talk to a few players and say, you know what, there was more than we thought. Take the day off on Friday instead of Saturday, or go lighter on Friday and take the day off Saturday and get ready to get back at it Sunday. So it's important that they're smart and they're keen and they're on top of that.
Well, they've got better than 2 weeks before the qualifying round begins. 2 weeks from Sunday. And, of course, a week from this Sunday, they will head to the bubble, head to Toronto, and get ready for what will be a best-of-5 series with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Are you going in the bubble?
No. Are you?
I'm working on it.
It'd be great to be in the arena.
I'm kidding.
No question.
They're doing power play now. So it looks like they're going to do some special teams work.
Well, Torts indicated here
And
earlier
there's
on in the
Dubois.
week. Going to spend a lot of time on special teams, both power play and penalty kill.
I mean, really, goaltending and special teams, we know those are the keys, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
and Toronto has an excellent power play. Blue Jackets very strong defensively on the penalty kill, and they're going to have to be here against the likes of Tavares and Matthews and Marner and Riley, just to name a few.
It's going to be good for the penalty kill to get on their game. It's imperative that the Blue Jackets penalty kill get on their game, because the power play, not only Toronto could get that goal on the power play, it gets their big guys touching the puck and feeling good about themselves. And that's what they didn't allow the Lightning to do last year. You know, Kucherov actually got suspended. That's how upset he was with how things were going. So, and that has a lot to do with the penalty kill. So, you know, a lot of pressure on the big guns to perform, and their time to shine. They want to be on the power play. They want to be setting up one-timers. Mitch Marner, game one against the Blue Jackets this year, he had 2 highlight reel goals right away. And, you know, were they both on the power play? I know the first one was with a one-timer on the far side. But the Blue Jackets got in the penalty kill trouble right away in game one, or game two. It was game one at home, game 2 of the season for the Blue Jackets. And you know, it was all those things you fall back on, but you got to remember, as you said, the penalty kill is imperative to be on.
Seth Jones, who will likely be on both special teams, power play and penalty kill.
He is in that one-time position, right-handed shot, gets a feed from Zach Werenski. Here they're just relieving pressure. You can see everybody down in the corner trying to get that puck. And Bjorkstrand helped set this up as the weak side player. Confident pass there. Bjorkstrand's such a good player, but we talk about his shot all the time, but he's just a very smart player in where he sets up too.
Got great hands and great vision, and here with a quick shot.
That's that release play to the middle down to Nyquist. He just presents himself in the middle of the ice to open things up so that this 5-man unit can shift. Seth's having a tough time with that one-timer as he gives his stick a little talking to. There's Elvis.
Savard hands him his stick. Try this one.
Oh, did he?
That's David Savard.
Yeah.
Try this one.
This is the other end here. Nick Foligno is down here on the power play with Wenberg, Atkinson. That's Ryan Murray on the point, and then Bemstrom's right-handed shot was set up to let it fly.
I'm telling you, I think if they can have a healthy Ryan Murray, that would be a tremendous asset.
Of course. I mean, of course it would. He's a key member. I mean, he's a guy that can play with Seth Jones. You know, the thing about playoffs, and especially the best of 5, you got to be able to adapt and adjust quickly. And the more options you have, especially on the back end for this team, that's their offense and their whole game plan comes from their mobile defense. And they really play defense to their mindset is get the puck back and get out of the zone. Well, that's exactly what Ryan Murray can do. He's a threat but with his skating, but his heads-up play and his passing is elite.
Bjorkstrand looking down low.
Those guys are just loving it. Peak, Gerby, Harrington, Nash. When you get to play penalty kill in practice and the top power play units out there, you are just you are working so hard to shut them down. So that's exactly what these 4 penalty killers are trying to do. You're not blocking shots, but you're just hustling to make every play uncomfortable. Man, you love it because now the coach is, he's talking to the power play guy. It's exactly what you want. Gerby's loving it right there in the middle of the ice because they just disrupted the big boys on the power play. Well done, Gerby.
Torts having a word.
Yeah. See what happens down here. Bemstrom needs to get his sights, his scope sighted on that one-timer.
So Nyquist, Bjorkstrand. Is that Dubois out there? And then you got Seth Jones and Zach.
Yeah, and down here, what we're watching now, that's Wenberg in the middle. He's with Atkinson. There's Bemstrom, who just bumped it back to Kukin. And then Foligno's the man in front. So no Boone Jenner on these two units. He's the penalty killer in the white at the top. No Texier. They do have options, though, you know. Things are stale, and those are two guys that could easily hop in different spots. Everybody wants to play the power play.
For sure.
And then Foodie's a young player who's played it in junior and had success. Does he get an opportunity? Lots of teaching here at this point in camp. And a good scrimmage. Looks like they've shut that down. Maybe they're going to get back to it. Do you know, Jeff?
I do not. I doubt if they will at this point. They were on the ice here at 11 o'clock. It's now 10, coming up on 10 past 1. So
yeah,
they're supposed to scrimmage again tomorrow, but your point's a good one. I'm sure a discussion will go on with several of the players and obviously team captain Nick Foligno, along with the coaching staff, as to how they attack tomorrow. But right now, they are scheduled to play a second scrimmage before that day off on Saturday.
Yeah, and they're, they know anything can change in a matter of a second. So use the 2 weeks wisely. This is not a training camp per se as earn your job or remember Lilia made the team out of camp. He's now gone. He was a nice surprise, but now they've got guys like Peak, Andrew Peak, who's in the practice squad, who's loving being out here today and not in that separate group. And Foodie. I mean, those are two guys we've talked about, but a lot of good pieces here in this franchise and in this organization. Liam Foodie, a long conversation with Bradshaw in the middle of the ice. And Bradshaw is such an intellect when it comes to understanding parts of the game. And Foodie, a smart guy to be asking him the questions.
Well, this team is healthy now. And the real good thing here with 2 weeks left, and even once they get into the quarterfinals, the competition and the depth on this team. If there are players that are underperforming, they're going to find themselves watching.
Very quickly.
While somebody else is going to get an opportunity. It's a best-of-5 series.
Yeah, very quickly. You see the Blue Jackets here trying to get that puck over to Cam Atkinson. And trying to attack from below the goal line. There's Foligno back there. So Foligno, when he gets a puck below the goal line, he's got Bemstrom to his right and Atkinson to his left. Atkinson's that right-handed shot. He prefers to be on the right side where he is, he says. And Bemstrom, the one-timer right-handed shot on the opposite side. But yeah, you're right, Jeff. It's a key to any good organization is having depth and putting I mean, it doesn't just mean who's in the lineup. It's competition for power play time. It's competition for penalty kill time. No one wants to be on the bench, trust me. You want to be on the ice making an impact. And when you know there's players that are there that are capable and ready to jump in your spot, it's an uneasy feeling, but it's a healthy feeling because you have to bring your best.
Try to set up Seth Jones for the one-timer.
I love that we're doing play-by-play of the power play practice. Isn't that great?
I hope the Leafs aren't watching.
I'm sure they're turning the sound down, Jeff.
Well, the point is
they don't want to hear us.
No, but the point is they're watching what's going on.
That's right. We're going to be kicked out of here tomorrow. Giving up too much intel, is that what you're saying?
That's right on the money.
Oh.
Now, if we could watch their power play and penalty kill, I'm all for it.
Well, they scrimmaged yesterday. I watched a bit of it. It was just to music, which is actually very enjoyable.
Are you making a suggestion there?
No, it was pretty good. Just to see their players out there cruising around. They got a good team. It's going to be a great matchup.
Well, there's some people that think this is the best team that they've iced in a long time. But they will certainly have their hands full with the Blue Jackets. There's no doubt. It'll be a great series. Here comes Atkinson, moves in. Oh, he looked for that far corner. Korpisalo able to turn it away. Atkinson comes right back, looking for the tip. In front was Foligno. And Corpy covering up.
You see the focus of that power play. Get it to Cam. In that instance, he was the open man. Well, that was a good scrimmage. Fun to see them play hockey. Be interested to hear how the players felt after this one. I know there's post-game interviews via the camera. There's a camera set up upstairs here at the opposite end of the ice house. And the players go in a room downstairs, and it's a virtual interview. It's actually worked very well. I'm not sure who they're getting today. Do you know?
No idea.
So they're going to do that, and then I just want to hear how they feel tomorrow, and then, as you mentioned, you said scrimmage on Saturday, or day off Saturday, so scrimmage tomorrow?
Scrimmage tomorrow.
Look at that replay action. Look at this. Werenski goes across. Bjorkstrand down to Dubois.
Ooh.
Looks like Dubois faked the pass out to the middle and slid it through the legs of Elvis Merzlikins. Jeff, we're going to be calling the games from the monitor. How do you feel about that, doing play-by-play from a monitor if we can't get in the bubble?
That is a first.
Really?
Yep.
You all right with it?
It will be different. We've been promised a big monitor. It'll be interesting, to say the least.
As big as your screen in Florida?
I hope. The bigger, the better.
What is that, 9 feet?
No, 85. 85 inches.
Well done. You got it on the outside of your house or what?
No. I have it in the driveway. It's a drive-in theater.
In the doghouse.
Yeah, that's where my wife has me. You want to watch a movie? You want to watch a hockey game? Out in the driveway. Old-time drive-in movie theaters.
So you'll be, so to update everyone, we'll be getting a world feed, which means they'll be sending the video to us, and usually our director, Brian Filippetti, and our producer, Joe Whalen, we're in contact with them, and we do our own show. We decide what our viewers see as far as replays and the camera angles that they choose, and now it's going to be one feed for all 12 teams, the teams that are playing at the time, and we'll voice over what we see, Jeff, or what you see, how you see it, and then the Leafs will have their own play-by-play and color commentators. So,
well, the interesting thing is going to be the camera angles, because they are telling us they will be unique. They will be a lot different. They're going to have us closer to the action. Of course, we'd rather see arenas with fans, and certainly rather see games here at Nationwide Arena. But with no fans in attendance, there will be several different camera angles.
Huh.
And I'm wondering if people like you, there'll be a game camera, which will focus on the games at all times. But I'm wondering if analysts like yourself could perhaps ask for certain angles.
Yeah.
To get a different perspective.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuances of the game that you pick up in the building. There's a lot of back and forth. Ice level, I mean, when I'm at ice level, it's enlightening sometimes to hear what's being said. You know, if what we're seeing is right, and some of those players, they'll react on the bench, or there'll be conversations to be had between coaches and players. And when I'm right there, I pick up on some of that stuff. So I would like to see a full ice feed, and then a half ice feed, and then maybe a feed that shows me things like the bench, which I'm sure we'll see because players leaving the ice, players going down the runway. Those are all things that we need to know. So NHL does a great job. I'm sure we'll have more than enough information at our fingertips.
It will be different. It will be unique. And actually, looking forward to it.
Do you think they're going to pump in crowd noise?
I think that's a possibility. I have no problem with that. I want to know how they're going to sneak the cannon in. Will they have the cannon in Toronto?
No, we'll have the cannon.
Well, we can set the cannon off.
Yeah, you can set it off. I'll bring you the
gunpowder.
I got a lighter. I'll bring you a lighter, and yeah, you can fire it off. That'd be great. And then you can do those dances like the Pepsi Patrol team does.
You haven't seen me dance, obviously.
No, but I mean, I'm sure you can. You're a creative guy. I'm sure you can figure something out, something unique.
I hope we can have effects mics. That's what I'm looking for.
So what you mean to catch the sound of the skates, sticks?
Exactly. You get into the game that way.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll have that.
Tell you, guy, it's going to be important in these games throughout the playoffs, and that's going to be the audio guy. The man that controls what you hear on your home televisions. Good hustle there by Seth, but is quickly steered away, but not out.
Well, Jeff, this was great. Great to be back with you doing a broadcast.
I've enjoyed it. As we mentioned, tomorrow, 12:15 again, the Blue Jackets will stage yet another scrimmage. We'd encourage you to watch us on the ways that you probably tuned in here today. And that wraps it up from the Ohio Health Ice Haus with Blue Jackets Training Camp 2.0. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.